Hi, I'm Larry Richardson, your step-by-step chef, and we're continuing with cooking and camping with the step-by-step chef. And in this edition, we are making a very popular dish. What do you think are the most popular dishes when people are camping? What do you think is the most popular thing that they eat? Mosquitoes and gnats? Yeah, I was thinking about something a little bit less exotic. Hamburgers and hot dogs. That just seems to be what people really enjoy having when they're camping. In this episode, I'm going to show you how to make a delicious hot dog, not on a stick over fire, although those are really good, but in a pan. And these will taste as good, if not better, than the weenie you roast over a fire. I know, hey, it's just the way it is. So come on, let's cook. And here are the ingredients for our cooking and camping with the Step-by-Step Chef weenie roast. I have 2 hot dogs, all beef. I have 2 buns, all buns. I have 1 onion. We're going to cut that down to about a 1/4 cup of onion. We have our mustard, we have our relish, and we have our secret ingredient. It's the cook's secret ingredient. It's butter. Butter makes everything better. And when we're making these hot dogs, that butter is what's going to blacken the dogs and give them that kind of that smoky, campy taste. And whether you're making this at a campsite or at home, I think you're going to agree. And if you don't, that's okay. But I love them this way. So let me show you how to put this together. The first thing that I want to do is take the hot dogs and, let me just get that one out of the way, and just score them. Score them. Don't cut them into hot dog bits, but score them about half of the way in at a diagonal. This will help them to cook faster in the pan and pick up some of that butter. Butter, the universal ingredient. Every cook loves butter, as do the people who eat the food. So I'm just putting these scores in the dog. Okay, we're just going to set that aside. And then I'm going to rinse this off, and then I'm going to cut the onion. I'll be right back. Now, the reason I rinsed off the knife is when I'm camping, I actually eat this food. And if I scored the hot dogs and I cut this onion, and then the onion's sitting in my cooler for a while, it's just not a good mix. Meat should not be on top of these vegetables. So I just give the knife a nice rinse, and then everything is safe. Food safety matters even if you're at a cookout. Now what I'm doing is I'm scoring the top of the onion, and these lines are very close together. Then I'm going perpendicular to those lines, and this will give us some nice minced onion. This is sweet onion, which I absolutely love, and it's going to taste great on the hot dog. Okay, and then I'm just going to cut down the face of the onion. Yep, there's our 1/4 cup of onion. And I love onion. I mean, if you have sauerkraut, throw that into the mix too. But I love onion. Now we're going to toast these buns on our propane stove. So I'm going to add a little butter to them too. Just spread a little butter on the top of them. Got to make it taste authentic. And this butter is nice and melty too, so it'll go on pretty easy. When I grill these face down, you know, the butter will brown the rolls. Or buns. Hot dogs are in buns. Can't believe I said rolls. Wait, no, hot dogs. I think I'm getting too excited. And you don't have to be too careful with this because the butter is going to melt pretty fast in the pan. Here we go. And this is not, again, a dish that I eat all the time, but I do love a hot dog every now and then. Especially in the summertime. You have the Memorial Day, the 4th of July. You know, all those patriotic holidays. Labor Day. And then I'm pretty much done with hot dogs for the year. You're not going to see me eating hot dogs at Christmas. At least not this year. Maybe next year. Okay, now I'm going to meet you over at the stove. Here we are at the stove, the propane stove. Now, people do not watch Step-by-Step Chef videos sequentially, and I think only 3 people have binge watched over 175 of them, and honestly, they're the happiest people on the planet. But I have this all set, and the reason I'm telling you that is please read the instructions on how to use your propane stove. I do say this in every episode because I don't want to see anybody get hurt. If you turn the gas on and you smell gas build up, turn it off, let the wind clear away the gas, and then try to light it again. This is doable, but you just have to be careful. It is an open flame, and I just don't want anyone to get hurt. And that's why I keep reminding you in every episode of cooking and camping with the Step-by-Step Chef to be careful with the stove. So what we're going to do is light the burner for our hot dog pan. I hear the gas hissing. Use my fire starter. Just put this on there and just turn it down to medium, which is really kind of funny because it's hard to do on a propane stove because they're a little hard to read and they're all a little bit different. But just turn it down to medium. Don't have it blaring up at the highest temperature. Otherwise your hot dogs will burn immediately. Then I'm taking a teaspoon of butter and just getting it good and melty in here. Like I told you, the butter is the key to making a tasty hot dog on a stove. Whether you are at a campsite like I am in the Chattahoochee National Forest, the mountains of Georgia, or you're in your own kitchen at home. I make this at home, and people love it. You know, there's just something about the butter with these dogs that really comes through. So let's drop the dog in. And the other pan I have, I'm going to use to toast those hot dog rolls. We're just waiting to hear a sizzle, and we're just going to keep turning these occasionally until they start to blacken, and then we'll know they're done. And you can turn the heat up a little, like my propane stove, a little finicky. So I'm just going to turn the heat up a little, because I don't want to have to eat these hot dogs at midnight. That never ends well. Unless you're partying all night, then it ends okay. Okay, so there we go. Let's just get that rolling. Okay, so after about 3 minutes, the hot dogs are starting to cook in that butter. You can hear them sizzling. And I didn't mean to insult people who cook their hot dogs over an open fire. And I know charcoal certainly has its benefits too. I'm just saying that to my taste, and to the taste of many people I know who love hot dogs, they like them when I make them like this. Especially if I'm not dealing with a grill. If I'm not holding a cookout and people say, hey, I'd like a hot dog tonight. They love it like this. There's just something about it that brings out the flavor. You can see it's browning up already. And you can see after just a few more minutes, the hot dog's starting to brown very nicely. You can see the one that's down the butter, because this picnic table's at an angle. That one is cooking faster. So I'm going to get this one down in the butter bath and get it rolling. Again, you're not eating hot dogs as a health food. You're eating it because they're delicious and also nostalgia. They're definitely a nostalgic meal. They're fun. But this is kind of a fun way to make them. And I can tell these are cooking pretty fast. So I'm going to light up our second burner. I hear the hiss. Lights right up. Turn it down because we're going to toast the buns or rolls. I don't know why I keep getting that wrong in this episode. It's pretty funny. Actually, it's been a long day of hiking and cooking, so maybe that's why. And there's roll number 1. You should cook pretty quickly. Oh yeah, that's blackening nicely. See that? Got a little smoky. I'm going to turn that heat down and get this roll ready. The butter is melted on the roll. I'm going to turn the heat off on the hot dogs. I don't want them to get tough. I don't like a hot dog. That's what they taste like when they've been on a grill and you're late to the cookout and someone says, what would you like? Do you want a hamburger or a hot dog? And you say, oh, I'll have the hot dog. And it turns out that hot dog has been on the grill for about 3 hours and you don't realize that they're actually punishing you for being late. So that's the hot dog you get. We've all been there. Let's see if that's okay. I think that'll toast up pretty quickly. That should do it. Okay, now I'm going to put one of the hot dogs in here, and I'm going to go add the condiments, and I'll be right back. So congratulations, look at what you just did. You just made this delicious hot dog that tastes like you cooked it outdoors, even if you cooked it indoors. You made it in a pan with plenty of butter. Now, one of the other secrets to a great hot dog is the hot dog itself. Try to buy all beef hot dogs that don't have very many fillers, and they will be more delicious than the ones that have a bunch of stuff that you don't know what it is. So that's part of the secret too. Now, if you like this recipe, please check out my website, StepByStepChef.com. There you will find a free and very short printable recipe for this hot dog, but you're also going to find over 175 printable recipes for all kinds of breakfasts, lunches, and dinners. I mean, we have omelets, we have cacciatore, we just have all kinds of delicious, delicious meals. So I hope you will check out the site. And the other thing I'm adding to that, since we're doing cooking and camping with the Step by Step Chef, is some easy videos on how to camp, how to hike, and how to road trip the easy way and comfortably. This is based on over 2 decades of experience on my part. I just love being out here. I'd rather be out here than anywhere. Well, maybe not in the winter. I mean, this would be a frozen hot dog that time of year, but you get the point. Anyways, my name's Larry Richardson. I am your Step by Step Chef, and I'll see you in the next episode.